Another instant classic. These two have played a lot. Again, 3-0 in favor of Crepe Salée. Luugi looks to change that around today as he looks to tear through and take down what could be the most threatening person in this entire tournament. Crepe Salée Luugi, game one. Let's get straight into the action.
Yeah, immediately you saw a bit of counterplay from Luugi using the fireball against the TNT to break the blocks, deal with that setup really quick. Crepe Salée looking for stuff. Luugi is going to be popping a lot of down Bs. Having a frame one option, very, very useful in a matchup like this especially.
It's going to get the mine, obviously, starting to craft some stuff. 65%, not wasting any time. Getting close is Luugi. Again, this is what you want to do. You want to command as much space as you possibly can. Crepe Salée's whole game plan is to run away, mine as much as you possibly can, and then get all the materials necessary to absolutely dog on you, essentially. But here we go, though. Luugi starting off very, very, very strong, very ruthless, and that's what you want to do. Chase down Crepe Salée as much as you possibly can. Get as much damage as you need to right now. Crepe Salée looking to really apply some really solid shield pressure with the anvil. It's not going to break, but it is going to do enough to put Luugi in a weird position. Brilliant forward air from Crepe Salée, and that's going to be more than enough to even up the stocks, Jackie.
Yeah, great start from both players here, and this has been quite a scrappy game, which is going to play into Luugi's favor. As you can see him just running across the stage to threaten Crepe Salée. No turning around here. We are going and holding in because we have to. Gold tools for Crepe Salée now. Gonna make the most of them with that F smash.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous. We know how much range that thing has, especially through blocks. Not even discounting the fact that gold is I think the fastest material that Steve has. Yeah. So even then, with that forward smash, you know, there's only so much that you can realistically do. You have to firm it regardless. Luugi still sitting at 92, 102% now, not afraid to hold forward, looking for the Zed. Sorry, not the Zed, but the grab, not able to find it. Misfire comes through, no forward air there. Great air dodge, incredible reaction there from Luugi, and now he finds himself in that position that we were talking about. Yeah, those blocks, gonna block that linear recovery. Luugi rolling his eyes a little, didn't really enjoy that entire experience.
Yeah, he's got to try and ride the stage up there, and even then, if it's an iron block, it's not super guaranteed. Just didn't drift across, probably didn't have the height to do that either. Bit of a checkmate from Crepe Salée there. Luugi, knowing the counterplay to the ledge camping, just going for the Zair. Oh, we got diamond tools on deck. This is going to get a little rough, but the down B not going to kill quite yet. Crepe Salée very low on materials, though. This is where Luugi can really press his advantage.
Right, this is where you want to be. In terms of, like, obviously, really terrorizing Crepe Salée, now is the moment to do so. He may have no gold left. He has no material left. Now is the opportunity to not even let him get lucky with a single up air, much less even get close to a crafting table here. Looking for the down air, wasn't able to find a great conversion for the back air there. And again, Luugi just kind of zoning him out as much as possible, trying to keep him out with those back airs, trying to keep him out as much as he possibly can, but it doesn't seem to be working out all too well here as Crepe Salée has been able to get his bearings in. 91% currently. Down throw, down B, no, up B, sorry, and that's going to be more than enough. There we have it. Luugi, game number one.
What a great start from Luugi. I think, yeah, I mean, when you die, you know, you don't lose enough materials probably, but you do lose a lot. And you can really push that and hold, like, you can really push that advantage, force Crepe Salée into these weird positions where he doesn't have the tools that he needs. He might not have the iron that he wants. He doesn't have the stone that he wants because he has to make a new crafting table. And he's not got wood yet. There's like a lot that you can do to limit his kit if you just keep holding forward and you get that kill. And if you make sure that Crepe can't get a second diamond, then all of a sudden, like, this becomes like a much more doable situation because you can really compete with Steve's damage output without diamond if you're Luigi.
Fully agree, man. Fully agree. Great start there from Luugi, though, obviously getting into this now. He would have a little bit more momentum now, probably feels a little bit more comfortable. I know a very crushing loss to Mezcal in the winner's side now, but has really solid momentum. And moving now into this next game, would probably want to continue to play and push as aggressively as he possibly can, because again, that is the way that you are going to stop, you know, Crepe Salée from doing anything. Because as you noted before in the match, no materials, and at one point became detrimental to Crepe Salée's game plan.
Yeah, exactly, and you can see Shanique coaching Luugi there a bit.
Shout out Shanique, man.
Someone, yeah, a real student of the game and somebody who's gonna know this matchup as well. And just like has ridiculous fundamentals to kind of push this here. We got a BMS infight in losers quarters of 95 King of Fields. And it looks like Luugi was going to take its stock, but Crepe Salée says no. Does a solid 50 instead. Gets his up tilts going.
This is interesting now because Crepe Salée is starting to take command, and now this is where things can start to get very scary for Luugi, because if he keeps himself on the back foot consistently, Crepe Salée will feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more inclined to run away and do stuff like this. Now, don't deal with the blocks, go around them, go above them. You have time to go ahead and take him out while he's mining, and then obviously capitalize off of it. There's the grab going for the back air here from Luugi. Nice solid damage, 95% currently. Great back air conversion off of the grab here. Once again, Luugi looking very strong going into this next game, but anything can happen with Steve. TNT gonna ignite it with the fire. Very smart stuff here from Luugi once again, but the minecart now puts him in an uncomfortable situation. We've seen that many a time before, and now all of a sudden, things have changed.
Oh, how much have they changed? Because Luugi's advantage state is still Luugi's advantage state. One grab is all he needs. You thought it was safe, but it's not safe against him.
Was actually not expecting that until I saw it completely go down. I was thinking maybe Crepe Salée had a burst option or two to really get out of that scenario because it is Steve. But the up smash now looking to have an absolutely immediate answer. Not necessarily going to be the case, but now we are seeing it down one stock apiece between them. Luugi now, it's now or never essentially for him to push on the gas. Oh my god, it's scary.
It is absolutely terrifying. Block saving him from that forward air double dip there. Now he's got to look for an edge guard of his own. Gets the grab. Oh, Tipman into back air. Crepe's low on resources here. Only got one iron to play with. And he's got stone tools as well. Oh, Luugi whiffs the grab though.
Dangerous position to be in if you're Luugi right now. And again, building a bridge is Crepe Salée. Here we go. There's that gold again. Fastest tool in the game, or Steve's arsenal at the very least. Going for that grab once again. Chucky, look at this now. Back it comes out here from Crepe Salée. He's got to be very careful there. Oh, a little bit too far for Luugi, as Crepe Salée was able to get an incredible forward smash. Great punish on the landing, and that is going to be more than enough to seal game number 2.
Yeah, great call out. Knowing Luugi was going for that tomahawk down B. And just, yeah, knowing exactly what to do when presented with it. Crepe Salée taking that there, and a lot of that was about his own advantage state kind of matching up to Luugi's. The two are going head to head a lot here and scrapping a lot. He did manage to get gold a bit earlier. He didn't actually manage to get diamond that time at all, but he's still good enough that it didn't quite matter. And you know, he didn't get many edge guards either, but it's just really solid advantage state from him. Because again, we know like Crepe's fundamentals are really solid, and his damage output and his knowledge of Steve is also going to be really solid. So
yeah, of course,
he can match what Luugi's going for, what Luugi's throwing down. He did a good job of avoiding some of Luugi's kit early on. His SDI is very good. All of these things are going to come into play and help him.
We'll see whether or not it'll be enough. Again, these two have been going very back and forth now, so it's hard to call down the middle, basically, who is feeling more comfortable in these scenarios. Small battlefield seems to have been working out very well for both of these players now. Luugi looking to really edge out a win here tonight, and it would be a very big win. I know that would help it with his morale in some way, especially with the way that he did lose his winner's game, but he's looking to obviously change that around. And if anyone can do it, it is him. But obviously standing in his way, the impenetrable wall that is known as Crepe Salée, as we get into game number 3. Remember, this is all best of 5. Your losers side top 8, as we get straight into it now. And already Crepe Salée has begun the onslaught. 66%, and already looking to stop Luugi off stage, jailing him out at 85. And now Luugi doesn't know what to do here.
Yeah, all of that started from a really nice mix-up from Crepe Salée. We've seen on round start both the other times he's placed the TNT and snuck behind it, and Luugi's known what to do. But now, that time, he placed the TNT and he said, you know what, I'm going to approach you. I'm just going to come hit you, and I'm going to do 100.
Very surprising change of game plan here from Crepe Salée. Definitely throws off any sort of idea that Luugi may have had going into this next game. And look at this now. This is where Steve thrives. Once again, behind that wall, giving himself a little bit of time to breathe, and that's going to be more than enough to take him out there. Unfortunately, Luugi's going to be a victim of that first stock. Not a very good start for him. 88% currently. He's going to have to either pray to get a 0 to death or at least something huge in this scenario, because it's now or never to take a stock. We know how much Steve can benefit from Rage. Looking for the down throw, gets the upbeat. There it is now. Even percentages are very early on in their second stock, Jackie.
Yep, and low materials for Crepe as well. That's going to be useful. He's not going to have the same combo routes. Luugi unable to capitalize here, though. That's a fair. Still going to do 70. Gets the tech chase. 92. Nair. Down B. Oh, okay.
What a
almost,
catch with the Nair.
Yeah, great
Incredible.
Great stuff from Luugi there. And Crepe has literally no materials. Just mined a single iron.
This is it. This is where we were at before. Again, once more, a detriment to potentially his whole game plan of holding forward. Now he has to hold back. 133% here. Luugi really looking to make matters meet. Here we go. There it is. Dash attack's going to be more than enough to send him out. 74%. Gold is there, but now he cannot afford to allow him to take up too much space to get enough materials, because look at this. Building around him is obviously Crepe Salée, giving himself a little bit of a chance to crank some 90s while he's playing some Smash Brothers, and it's really been working out for him in this scenario. And let's see whether or not Luugi is able to really help close the gap here. And I guess 134%. You're playing kind of with the Sharks at the moment here. Back air. Once again from Crepe Salée. More than enough to knock Luugi back. Going to go underneath. But again, so fast that back air is. And now we have Diamond. This is where things can get scary. First one of the game.
Okay. Out comes the up throw. Crepe going to be mining under that platform. Knows how useful it is as a camping tool. Luugi going to use that invincibility just to take everything out. Ooh, how good is your DI, Luugi? He tries to mix it up, but Crepe reads it.
This is dangerous, man. Look at this. The way he's built up, he's ready. Yeah. I was going to say ready to counter those high recoveries, ready for anything that Luugi was bound to throw at him. That's not necessarily going to feel good, especially when you have to go off stage like that. Oh my god, Crepe Salée though. 2-1 once again in the lead, looking to really put a dent on this record, make it 4-0. Luugi though had a really solid rocket start. Now he's got to try and really reel this back in game 4.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, how good's your SDI? Well, it's very good, but unfortunately Crepe Salée able to adjust, able to react. Well, unfortunately for Luugi, obviously. And yeah, like he went out, he went in, but Crepe just followed him and had the frame trap, had the setup going. It was the first time he really had those materials going and those materials ready, and it just made things so difficult for Luugi towards the end of that last game. You wonder if I don't know, like, he almost could have closed it out a few times earlier, and sometimes that's it. It's those fine margins, especially against a character like Steve. The more the set goes on, or the more the game goes on, the better he gets, right? You have to take those stocks as early as possible, and he's so good at that.
And I fully agree with that, man. We'll see how this goes on, obviously, into this next game. Luugi's last opportunity. This is it. This is all to play for Luugi as we get set to game number 4. We're going straight back to small battlefield, a stage that has worked out very well for both of these players, more so for Crepe Salée in this scenario. Let's see if it's going to be more than enough for him to move on in through this loser's bracket. Again, Crepe Salée's got to win one more to make that dream become reality, but Luugi now has seen red. Nice little 64% already from that one interaction, but again now, Crepe Salée doesn't take much for him to fire back either.
Yeah, it was great SDI out from Crepe Salée, and the block saves him, but only for so long. Oh, down B not quite killing just yet. Great tech from Luugi, but it gets punished. The misfire, beautiful, and the second up smash will do it.
Oh my god, what a scene.
What a sequence.
From both of those players. Yeah, what a sequence. There, that's the word. That's the one. Them's the breaks for sure. Here we go now. Just trying to position his shield in a way where that minecart would eventually go over. And again, he doesn't get affected by it in any way, shape, or form. Luugi has seen red, Chucky. I'm telling you. Look at him play.
Oh, he's starting to really call out those SDI outs, getting a hang of Crepe Salée's defensive options, poking away with the up airs now. Still going to do 80.
He still has mats, though. Has to be careful not to give Crepe Salée an inch. Up B doesn't work, unfortunately. And that's going to send Luugi all the way up towards the top blast zone. and give Crepe Salée a little bit of solace in the fact that he's taken the stock in a very leading game there from Luugi. Diabolical stuff here from them both. Down B coming out. Great burst option here from Luugi once again. Going to use the forward edge to try and find something here. Oh, pivot grab doesn't exactly make it work here. Now Crepe Salée has the opportunity to really build up on damage. Here we go. Back air now. Not going to follow it up with the down B instead. There's the back air once again. Forces no. Oh, doesn't get the tack. And that's going to be more than enough. We're going to game 5.
Wow. What I mentioned that Luugi, he needed to just finish off those kill situations, and boy did he. You do not have time to get any materials in a game like that. I actually liked a really nice thing at the end, which not a lot of people do, where he had a second back air ready in case Crepe Salée teched, because he knows it's guaranteed. Really, really cute stuff from Luugi. You know, using the kind of stuff that Steve uses to you against you. Knowing that, like, any tech animation on the ceiling, it's really laggy, you can punish it. And regardless of that, Luugi's advantage state, insane. Really getting the hang of Crepe Salée's disadvantage, really getting the hang of him STIing out, when he's going to air dodge, when he's going to use Anvil, and all of that just means you can get those kills so much earlier. And I don't mean earlier in terms of percentage, because we know that was going to happen. I mean early in terms of time, because if you make sure he can't get those resources, everything changes.
Handshake in place, tensions above the roof, default skins in place, small battlefield is the arena. It's time for game 5. Crepe Salée, Luugi, one of them looks to move forward into the bracket. Once again, L being thrown out here. Luigi not really able to get around it. Luugi in a dangerous position. That's untackable. And already Crepe Salée, a commanding lead. Luugi did not like the way that started.
No, he didn't. But if there's one thing we know about Luugi, it's that he can come back from a situation like this. Just needs that one aerial, that one nair, that one grab. He got a free opening there, but he wasn't able to make the most of it. Be careful here.
Comes out now, trying to sort of measure a little bit of space. And again, Luugi doesn't want to jump over you, trying to abuse the invincibility of that up smash, hoping that it would get through the minecart and eventually take Steve out of place. But this is it. This is a tough position to be in if your name is Luugi.
Yeah, really, really difficult, especially now that Crepe has a diamond on deck. Does a good job of rolling past that anvil. The powered minecart going to come out, though. He's got no iron, though. If Luugi can just get out of this corner, deal with these aerials, now things get a little bit trickier for Crepe. That up tilt so good, though. So solid.
Dangerous position once again. Burst option here once more with the minecart. Up smash coming out there from Crepe Salée. Tournament stock for Luugi. And again, now this is dangerous. Back air conversion off of the grab there. And here we are now. Maybe down a whole stock deficit. But is it going to be enough for Luugi? As he gets the grab, actually. In fact, doesn't get hit by the minecart in any way, shape, or form. Falling up, it doesn't hit. That's going to cost him a ton of percentage. A lot of damage there. Crepe Salée, 44% currently. Edge guard position here right now. And again, this is where it could end here for Luugi. The tournament run. Scary position here. Once again, is going to make it back up onto stage. No problems whatsoever. And again, the back air coming out here from Crepe Salée. Looking to really push him out. That's going to be all she wrote. And Crepe Salée wins game number 5. Congratulations to him. And an unfortunate run comes to an end there for Luugi.
Yeah, just guessed wrong in a few of those situations there, and Crepe able to make the most of it. Again, like, a lot of it is how good Crepe's STI is. Luugi was going for the 0 to death there, and Crepe just STI out and up just enough to make it not guaranteed, and that's going to be the set. I mean, having something like that, being able to negate Luigi's advantage state even a little bit is such a big deal, and Luugi is very good at adjusting and adapting and getting the damage instead, but Crepe is, again, his defensive game is just really, really solid.